UST when it seemed like things were calming down, especially with Durk's legal team preparing to file a motion to dismiss. A bombshell has dropped. Over 230 gigabytes of raw footage and audio recordings have surfaced, and some of the content reportedly links Durk to a second murder-for-hire plot. If confirmed, this new development could escalate his charges significantly, from facing a life sentence to potentially facing the death penalty. The situation has become so severe that even full cooperation with federal authorities may no longer be enough to save him.
I feel like even if he snitch, he can't get up out of it. If they got him like that, I feel like even if he tell right now, he can't.
What secrets lie behind these shocking revelations? Is the evidence real? And the most gripping question of all, could Lil Durk be facing the electric chair in the near future? Let's dig into the scandal that has Chicago and the rap world buzzing. For those not caught up, Lil Durk, real name Durk Derek Banks, was arrested in October 2024 in Florida on serious federal charges tied to an alleged murder-for-hire plot aimed at rival rapper Quando Rondo. But things escalated dramatically during a detention hearing on December 12, 2024, when federal prosecutors linked Durk to another, previously uncharged, murder-for-hire case out of Chicago. This second case centers on the January 27, 2022 killing of 24-year-old Stefan Mac, a suspected leader within the Smashville subset of the Gangster Disciples. Mac was gunned down outside the Youth Peace Center in Roseland. A tragic irony considering it was meant to be a safe space in a violence-ridden area. Mac took bullets to the head and chest and was pronounced dead at the hospital. A 40-year-old security guard also sustained a leg wound in the crossfire, but survived. Two men, Anthony Montgomery Wilson and Preston Powell, were charged in 2023 with conspiracy to commit Mac's murder. The question everyone asked was, who paid for the hit? According to unsealed federal documents, prosecutors believe that trail leads back to Lil Durk. Why would Durk allegedly order a hit? The feds say it was retaliation. Mac's killing, they argue, was payback for the June 2021 murder of Durk's brother, D. Thang, Dante Banks, who was shot and killed outside Club O in Harvey, Illinois. That chaotic scene also left a police officer injured during a separate confrontation. The federal warrant, unsealed just one day before Durk's December detention hearing, accuses him of offering cash to have those responsible for his brother's death eliminated, including placing a bounty on any Gangster Disciple member. The Smashville faction is suspected of involvement in D. Thang's death, and Mac allegedly had ties to that group. The FBI's case against Durk leans on several pieces of evidence. Text messages suggesting payments were arranged for Mac's murder, informants, and confidential sources alleging Durk's involvement, phone records connecting Durk to the suspected shooters, social media posts, including one ominously reading, "Did Durk give you that money?" Lyrics from Durk's 2022 track Hey, interpreted by prosecutors as a veiled confession. He raps, "My brother D. Thang just got killed, and I've been slow since Hoi Gang Gang, but we got back on the ass." To the feds, this sounds like Durk bragging about revenge. Also raising eyebrows are photos placing Durk with one of the suspected shooters, though the full details of these images haven't been made public. It's critical to note, as of April 27, 2025, Durk has not been charged in Mac's murder. The case remains under investigation. Prosecutors are currently using these allegations to support their argument in the unrelated LA case, painting Durk as a dangerous figure. His attorney, Jonathan Braymond, has pushed back hard, stating, during the December 2024 hearing, "That's other people. Our client has nothing to do with that." The defense claims the government is using unproven claims to tarnish Durk's image and influence the outcome of the LA case. That brings us to the first murder-for-hire plot, the one that set all of this in motion. Back in August 2022, a Cadillac Escalade carrying Quando Rondo and his family was ambushed at a gas station near the Beverly Center in LA. 3 masked gunmen opened fire. Quando escaped, but his cousin, Savoya Lul Pab Robinson, was killed. According to federal prosecutors, this was no random act. Surveillance footage, phone records, financial transactions, and text messages point to an elaborate murder plot. Co-conspirators flew in from Chicago just one day before the hit. Flights allegedly paid for using an American Express card tied to Durk or his camp. In a chilling text, Durk allegedly advised one of his men, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with sick me," an apparent attempt to avoid leaving a paper trail. Investigators also tied rental vehicles and surveillance of Quando Rondo's movements to Durk's alleged co-conspirators. By October 2024, 5 known gang associates were arrested, and as the noose tightened, Durk reportedly booked multiple international flights to Dubai, Switzerland, and Italy. The feds nabbed him before he could flee. Perhaps the most stunning twist? Someone close to Durk, a trusted member of Only the Family, OTF, was reportedly cooperating with the feds all along. This insider provided key intel that helped build the case. Durk's lyrics, once seen as storytelling, now read like coded warnings. In tracks like Pelcoat and Risky, he speaks about loyalty, betrayal, and the dangers of his circle. Many now believe he sensed something was off, but didn't realize how deep the betrayal ran. Even 50 Cent weighed in. During an interview on The Breakfast Club, 50 revealed he warned Durk to watch your crew while they were working on Power Powder Respect in 2022. According to 50, Durk acknowledged something strange had already happened. At the December 12th hearing, LA prosecutors used the Mac case to argue against bond, calling Durk a danger to the community. Judge Patricia Donahue agreed, denying his $3 million bail and keeping him in custody pending trial. Legal experts are questioning whether it's ethical to use uncharged crimes in pretrial arguments. These moves could unfairly bias a judge or jury, even before a formal trial begins. Meanwhile, the Chicago case remains active. If prosecutors do decide to indict Durk for Mac's murder, it could completely upend his defense and amplify the narrative that he orchestrated 2 separate hits, one for his brother, one for his friend King Von. This case blurs the lines between art, street life, and law enforcement. Prosecutors argue that OTF functions as a criminal organization. Durk's team says it's just music. Critics warn that using rap lyrics as evidence sets a dangerous precedent, especially in a genre that thrives on bravado and hyperbole. At this point, Lil Durk is presumed innocent of all charges in both cases until proven guilty. But as investigations continue and more details emerge, the line between the music and real-life violence grows increasingly hard to distinguish. The only certainty? The next chapter in this saga is far from over.
When you said that to Durk, what was his response to you?
He said, "You know what? He said, somebody just came to my house. How do they know exactly what the address is? I don't give my address to nobody."
The 2021 home invasion was a turning point for Lil Durk. While he and his then-girlfriend, India Royale, escaped unharmed, the break-in at his Brazelton, Georgia home raised serious concerns. How did people know where he lived? That unsettling question planted seeds of doubt, and betrayal soon followed. The incident reminded many, including 50 Cent, of his own experiences with betrayal. Speaking on the matter, 50 explained, "I've always had that energy, watching people around me closely." His message to Durk was clear: someone in his circle couldn't be trusted. Rumors began to circulate, pointing fingers at a familiar face: Jam, a longtime associate of Durk's crew, OTF. Jam had done over a decade behind bars for attempted murder, a charge many believed proved his loyalty. But after his release in 2022, whispers started: Jam had flipped. He was allegedly cooperating with federal agents, even wearing a wire. According to sources, Jam provided detailed information, linking Durk to a murder-for-hire plot targeting rapper Rondo, real name Tyken Bowman. Chicago rapper King Yella claimed that Jam also implicated Durk in the murder of Lou Pab, Rondo's cousin, believed to be in retaliation for the killing of King Von, a close friend and fellow OTF member. What once appeared to be an unbreakable bond between street brothers unraveled into one of hip-hop's most shocking betrayals. The speculation intensified after a video surfaced featuring DJ Academics and Chicago reporter Trench's News. They discussed a moment where Jam's baby mama allegedly reached out to Durk for help with legal fees. When Durk supposedly declined, Jam took it personally. "You're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something," Jam reportedly said, an act he saw as disloyalty. Trench's News backed the claim, saying, "That's facts. The snub may have been the final straw that led Jam to cooperate with authorities." Even industry heavyweight Wack 100 weighed in. He remembered Jam as a stand-up guy who did his time and stayed silent, earning respect. He did 12 years, got out, said he kept it real. Durk looked out, gave him cars, 50K, said there was no smudge on his name. But he still flipped. Jam didn't just talk. He allegedly gave the feds a blueprint. Coded texts, flight records, rental cars, and surveillance trails tracking Rondo's movements in Los Angeles. He documented everything. Authorities now had an intricate map of OTF's operations. DJ Jerry Jam, reflecting on the past, said Durk's music helped keep him grounded during his prison sentence. I remember Durk making songs for our parties, he said. He made a way for me to be straight. Despite the shared history and loyalty, something changed. Some say Jam felt overlooked or disrespected, but regardless of the reason, he made his choice. And it was a devastating one for Durk. Now, Durk faces the fallout of what could be one of the rap game's harshest betrayals. Following his arrest, rumors exploded on social media, particularly on TikTok. Some users even claimed Durk was facing the electric chair. One viral post joked, "Why be in jail? Thug in jail. Durk getting the electric chair. Who we gonna listen to now?" Let's set the record straight. Durk is not facing the death penalty. While the rumors might make for entertaining TikToks, they're far from reality. California, where the charges were filed, hasn't used the electric chair in years. In fact, Governor Gavin Newsom put a moratorium on capital punishment back in 2019. But even without the threat of execution, the consequences have been real. Just a week before his arrest, Durk received the key to the city of Broadview, Illinois, for his charitable work through the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation. Once news of the charges broke, that honor was quickly revoked. Mayor Katrina Thompson issued a harsh statement. While the American justice system grants the presumption of innocence, the village of Broadview holds even higher moral and ethical standards. For Durk, it was more than symbolic. The revocation struck at the heart of his efforts to change public perception, shifting from street icon to community leader. The Neighborhood Heroes Foundation has been central to that transformation, promoting education, financial literacy, and youth programs. The damage didn't stop there. Durk recently donated $150,000 to Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's political committee. In light of the arrest, some called for the mayor to return the money, but Johnson refused to jump to conclusions. "You're asking me to make a judgment on a black man before a full trial. I hope you understand why it is not mine." Durk has walked a fine line between his past and the future he's tried to build. His 2023 Grammy-winning song All My Life hinted at this duality, a desire to change, to lead, to inspire. He's held financial literacy events, partnered with companies like Bank of America, and poured resources into Chicago's underserved neighborhoods. But this case, arguably the most serious legal challenge he's ever faced, could derail all of it. While fans continue to support him, institutions and public figures may not stand as firmly. Durk's future now depends on how the legal battle plays out. Can he clear his name and continue building the legacy he's been working toward? Or is this the beginning of a long fight that could change everything? For more stories like this, click on the videos showing on your screen now.